My concern is that Kevin Feige quite literally has to pull this franchise out of the grave to get it back up. There's been no lead-in. Captain Falcon DEI, total failure. Fantastic Four first steps, failure. Thunderbolts, failure. That's what's leading into Doomsday. That's my concern.
Renegade Online.
That's what these Avengers movies are. They're going in there to see Captain America hold Thor's hammer. They want to see Spider-Man look at Doctor Doom and say, that's Tony Stark, that's Robert Downey, that's his face. And having this movie theater experience of having the Fantastic Four, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the OG X-Men, they're all together on the screen one time, and I get to be there to experience it with everybody cheering and going crazy.
It doesn't have that weight anymore.
Yeah, the hype is gone, in my opinion.
I guarantee you it will, because when you go back and you look at, and if you were to watch Endgame today on Disney Plus or whatever, it's not that good of a movie. Infinity War is much better than Endgame, but everybody remembers going to Endgame in the movie theater, seeing them time travel, seeing them go back to the original Avengers movie when they time traveled, seeing Captain America hold the hammer, everybody going through the portals. It was an experience. But you go back into hindsight and you watch the movie, it's like, this is an average superhero movie. They want the nostalgia. They are going to see all these characters. Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire together on the big screen. They wanted it in 2003. They want it right now.
Who's really excited about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man? It's us, dude.
Yeah, but we're the ones with the money. We're the ones with the money. We're adults now. We have adults' money. And a lot of us have children, and we want to go bring our children to go see the movie that we have nostalgia for when we were younger, when we were kids, and we got to witness this. And now we have kids, and we want to go take them to see it too. That's why I think this movie is going to make whether it's a good movie or not, but I can almost guarantee you it's going to make $1.5 billion minimum.
Okay. I don't think your assessment mathematically there is unreasonable at all, Beardo. I really don't. My question to you, and I love your passion for this, and I love your take on this. I think it's outstanding. I'm going to ask you this, though, is that my concern, and again, I try to take a step back. I look at things just purely from as best I can, because I was a huge Marvel fan, phases 1 through 3, and I saw the financial trajectory going through the ceiling all the way up through Endgame. I mean, you could just go to the casino with it, for fuck's sake. The issue, the same time we got to phase 4 and 5, and right out of the gate, when Feige went out there and made this will be the most diverse and representative phase of Marvel, blah, 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 right, before Shang-Chi. And I was like, I said on this channel, I had just gotten on YouTube that year, and I'm like, that's it, it's cooked. And it was. My concern, Beardo, is that I think you're right. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be excited to see the big blow up again. Get all the old boys and girls back together and go kick ass. But the normies out there who have been so disconnected from Marvel for the last 5 years, just from a marketing standpoint, I have a ton of concern because it takes them to get engaged. I think your comparison to Minecraft is very good. But at the same time, I think the reason that Minecraft got what it did is because it was an unknown quantity, at least in terms of a film, right? So there was the whole meme ability with it. They were acting goofy. Jack Black was doing Jack Black shit. Chicken jockey. We played that clip on here so many times. I'm like, that's what blew it up. It's kind of the same thing like with K-pop Demon Hunters right now on Netflix and in the theaters. It's got that same newness vibe. My concern is that because here's the deal. Kevin Feige quite literally has to pull this franchise out of the grave to get it back up. There's been no lead in. Captain Falcon DEI, total failure. Fantastic Four first steps, failure. Thunderbolts, failure. That's what's leading into Doomsday. That's my concern. The difference is in 2018 and 2019, coming into Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, especially Endgame. Look, Captain Marvel, the absolute worst, most insufferable that franchise ever farted out on a big screen. Just horrific, right? Brie Larson, terrible. The acting was terrible. The movie was terrible. The story was terrible. The writing was terrible. We can go down the list. That stupid thing still made $1 billion because it was put in 65 days before Endgame released. That's the only reason it did it. And I've been consistent on YouTube saying that they could have put 2 hours of a Simpty bar of squelch and noise, a dead blind monkey on a screen, and it would have made $1 billion in that slot. I don't think Marvel has that prowess anymore. I don't think they have the capacity. Now, you might be right, and I might be going, Beardo, dude, you called it, man. It did $1.50. That'd be next Christmas. I just, right now, and that may change, I don't see anything right now that's going, yeah.
So
early marketing is going to be telling.
I'll counter some of that argument. I don't disagree with you about how they strategically put not just Black Panther, but Captain Marvel smashed in between two Avengers movies to raise that bottom dollar for those individual movies. But after Captain Marvel, you go into Avengers Endgame. What did the Russo's brother do? She was in that movie for about 5 minutes. Because
you're not wrong.
The Russo brothers are smart.
I agree.
And
I agree.
When it comes to Marvel and Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers have almost, not all, but almost complete control with what they do because they've earned that trust with Captain America 2, with Civil War, and with the 2 Avengers movies that they did. So they have almost absolute control with what they're doing going forward with Marvel. So all of this bull crap that has come out the past, they're not going to, I don't think, be funneling some of this in. You might have your girl boss moment for 2 minutes like they did in Infinity War and Endgame where you have all the girls go up for one scene for a minute. Okay.
Witcher season 4.
Yeah. That's 1 minute in a fucking...
In its entirety.
That's 1 minute for a 3-hour movie. Okay. Big what? But like shoehorning in these miserable characters into a movie, I don't think that the Russo brothers are going to do that.
So to your point, they had the ability to do that because they had powerhouses that they were wedging those things into. Yeah. The only thing that they've had this entire time, kind of like Renegade was saying, that thing was maybe not buried, but it was dead and it was in the bottom of the grave. And the only thing that's been happening up to this point has been Disney Plus shoveling more dirt into the hole as this has been going on. They haven't been boosting anything. They've been furthering the issue with the crap that we've been seeing on Disney Plus. So it's not like they're starting off strong or have something to look forward to after that. This is a dire situation, and if they threw the kitchen sink in the casting department and trying to bring everybody back and this thing flops.
I remember my second point. And actually you're right. You look at Star Wars. We were talking about Star Wars, the sequel trilogy. Everybody was super divided after Last Jedi. And then Rise of Skywalker came out, 2 or 3 years later? And everybody was sold out. It sucked. Nobody liked Last Jedi. How much money did Rise of Skywalker make? Over $1 billion. Because people still wanted to see how it was going to end. And yes, this is my channel.
No, you're right. But Rise of Skywalker still lost its ass financially.
Yep. But it was still over $1 billion. And my other point to that was Deadpool Wolverine. Marvel movies have been sucking since 2020. And then they acquired Fox. They've been sitting on Fox for a little bit and those assets that they got from there with Mutants and with Fantastic Four. And then Deadpool Wolverine comes out with just 2 Marvel characters, Deadpool and Wolverine, that they got. that movie made over $1 billion as well. When
1.65
everything else was
almost.
sucking. Multiverse of Madness sucked. Spider-Man No Way Home, although we all pretty much enjoyed at least the third act of that movie, underperformed. Everything else that they've been putting out on Disney Plus and those movies have been terrible. But Deadpool Wolverine, bucks.
Big time.
Big money. So now you're going to do that, but with everybody on Doomsday. I'm just saying, if you're saying that, hey, Beardo's retarded again, can't wait to prove Beardo wrong, I'm telling you, you're a fool if you don't think this movie's making $1 billion
You're bringing up
minimum.
good points.
No,
I think you're bringing up all good, warranted points. I just don't
Absolutely.
think it's going to make money.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valliant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.